come up with a recipe that you could do any day of the week. This is my kind of version of a butter chicken.
Ah, this Jamie version of butter chicken. Not traditional. Okay.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Jamie's version of butter chicken. Normally it's a lot creamier.
Okay, Uncle Roger, go easy on him. Won't be super strict on all the spices because I know he won't use most of the spice anyway. This is Uncle Roger on easy mode. I just gonna make sure you're basic correct.
All of this happens in a pan, so it's a super convenient recipe. Let's get that on a hot...
Right, so Jamie's saying that all of this happens in a pan. I can explain a little more about this later on, but typically either you use the tandoor oven, which is the name of tandoori chicken, which there's another history about it, which I'll tell you about in a minute, or you grill it, yes, and this imparts a lot of flavor in it.
High heat, and then I'm going to add 700 grams of fresh tomatoes whole. Essentially what I want to do is scald, char and blacken the skins of these tomatoes.
Butter chicken is North Indian dish that use makhani gravy, which is tomato-based gravy. So tomato correct, but just make tomato puree, no need to char it.
Now, what Uncle Roger's talking about, the makhani gravy or the sauce, is a very creamy sauce. I'm not an expert on Indian dishes and Indian cuisine, but with this dish, it should be very creamy. It's called butter chicken anyway, no? It should be. So typically you add ghee or butter to it, and ghee itself is basically the best way to describe it. It's like clarified butter. The traditional way of making it is different than just clarifying normal butter, but it is basically using clarified butter if you can't get ghee and, well, making a nice creamy sauce.
Now at the same time, as we blacken these, we're going to do the chilies. Split the chilies in half, and with the tip of the knife, take out the seeds. That's the hottest bit.
Just keep seed in there. Little spice won't kill you, Jamie. Big man like you can't handle.
So the other thing with butter chicken is that it's supposed to be a balance between sweet and spicy. It shouldn't be too spicy and it shouldn't be too sweet. So I know that Jamie is not adding a lot of spice to it, but we'll keep watching and see how it is.
Small seed.
So in these go. Now, as these tomatoes get black all over, what you'll notice is naturally the skins are starting to peel off.
Wait, what are you doing?
The skins are starting to peel off.
The tomato dropped already, but he still pretend to put on plate.
Let's get the last of the chilies on there. Now, let them cool down. If you want, you can cover them just to let them steam a little bit. Right, the marinade. Really, really simple.
Marinade, good.
A bowl or a nice...
You're making marinade?
I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of the garam masala.
Correct? Garam masala, correct?
Cloves of garlic. And just...
Garlic, good.
Look at that. Then I want a nice big couple of thumb-sized pieces of ginger. Just take a little...
Ginger, correct?
To scrape the skin off the ginger. Then I'll use the same fine grater.
Indian cuisine uses a lot of spices to a dish. If you look at the recipes, they have an enormous amount of spices compared to what we typically use.
To grate the ginger. We will season it with salt.
Salt, good. Pepper, okay.
Of lovely yogurt.
Yogurt, correct?
Comes to the chicken breast, it's all...
Hiya, Jamie. Chicken breast. The marinade, all ingredient correct. Uncle Roger pleasantly surprised. And then you fuck it up by using chicken breast. Hiya. For butter chicken, you want to use leg of chicken. Chicken breast, I think you're gonna...
The reason why Uncle Roger's saying to use chicken leg or chicken thigh instead of chicken breast is because the thigh meat, if you don't know a lot about cooking, is a lot more resistant to overcooking than breast meat. You can easily overcook chicken breast. It's white meat, it's very delicate, and to get it perfectly cooked is not easy, especially if you're going to be, say, grilling it or anything else. So this is why using the chicken leg, chicken thighs is a lot better because the meat is a lot more resistant to overcooking, and actually the longer you cook it, it has extra flavor with it as well. Not everybody likes dark meat. I prefer chicken breast than chicken thighs, but when making anything like this, I highly recommend chicken thighs.
Overcooked, gonna be too dry. But to be fair, we 1 minute 22 seconds into video. Of all the Jamie Oliver video, this is the longest he go before he fucked up.
The thickness here at this fat end than this part. Start to score it. About 0.5 centimetre to 1 centimetre now thick. This will allow that lovely marinade to penetrate quicker.
Score okay, you can chop to pieces also.
Yeah.
There's no polite way to marinade. Get that into all the little slits and the cuts. I'm going to let that marinade for about 10 minutes.
What? What he say?
I'm going to let that marinade for about 10 minutes.
Marinate for 10 minutes? for butter chicken.
That's nothing, 10 minutes. That's like a quick marinade. That doesn't do anything.
We marinate overnight, at least 12 hours. 10 minutes, that's not called marinade. That's just a splash.
Now, the whole purpose of marinating is to infuse flavors into the meat. So the longer you marinate, the more flavors will be infused into the meat, and it will also help tenderize it. This is another reason why we marinate. Now, traditional marinades without using yogurt, we use all the time in the kitchen, but there was a study done that I read, and you can Google this, so I won't bore you guys, but yogurt actually does, from the study that I read, penetrate the muscle fibers much more efficiently than traditional marinades. So it does work, actually using it does, but overnight is a lot better, and you'll notice a lot more of a difference than just say for 10 minutes or anything like this. So if you're gonna do this, do it half a day ahead of time, or at least a day ahead, stick it in the fridge, and then, well, tell me what you think afterwards.
10 minutes, the chicken's still alive, it's still clucking. Some people have premature ejaculation, but Jamie have premature marination. Sorry, children.
Right, let's get cooking the chicken. I'm going to get this nice and hot. I'll add a little bit of oil to a pan, and then put the chicken straight into that hot oil.
Usually for
bit
butter
of olive
chicken,
oil
you want
to
to
the
use a
pan.
tandoor, or if you're cooking at home, you grill. Not shallow fry like this, niece and nephew. Tandoor is clay
Yeah,
oven.
that's
You
true.
can see it at all the good Indian restaurants. It cook food full of flavor. Like how Chinese cooking, we have wok hei.
Very
Indian cooking have tandoor hei.
And I want to get it done.
It is very true that the tandoor oven is the thing that makes the dish tandoori chicken. This is where it comes from, the word tandoor. But, or at least for the chicken, the dish, I'm not saying the actual word. But in any case, this is what makes it delicious. Now, you can grill it if you don't have this oven. Obviously, in the West, we don't typically have these ovens. So you can grill it, or if you don't even have a grill, then you can do what Jamie's doing at the last resort if you don't have either of these things. If any of you are curious about where or when butter chicken was actually made, it wasn't made that long ago. It wasn't, I should say, created that long ago, just a few decades ago. If you are interested in it, I will leave the link down below for you guys to actually read the history about butter chicken for yourselves if you would like to find out more.
Dark and golden. Let's peel these tomatoes. Just take the skins off and the little stalk. The chilies I'll keep to one side. Hey! Buds, do you want to turn the chicken for me, darling?
Making your kid work for you for free? Uncle Roger, like, that's the main reason Asian people have kid anyway.
Cooking the chicken, we're only going to do it for like 8 to 10 minutes. Well done, mate. So look, we've peeled through all of these little tomatoes, and then you can gather all of these little skins at the end, put them in your hand, and in there, that.
No, don't. Hiya, is that how you're making tomato puree? Just squeezing, don't do that. You're giving your whole family COVID.
Your hands, big boy. Oh, chicken's looking amazing. Gnarly on both sides and just cooked through perfect. Gnarly on both sides.
Gnarly? Who described good food as gnarly? That's how Uncle Roger described Auntie Helen.
Now, when I was in Hotel Arts, which is the Ritz-Carlton here in Barcelona, when I was in banqueting, we used to have an Indian chef named Jason, who is now the chef of Enoteca, which is the 2 Michelin star restaurant. And whenever we had any Indian banquets or anything going on, Indian weddings or anything like this, they would ask him to do the banquet and the catering because he knew the recipes better than anyone. And I remember one day we had 1,000 guests. It was going to be butter chicken. Since I was in banqueting, I was helping him, and he gave me all the chicken to grill because we didn't have the oven as well. It was not very common. And I must have spent like 3 hours grilling chicken for at least 1,000 people. Yeah? It was a lot of chicken. So if you do have a chance to see how someone makes it like authentically, it's completely different than what Jamie's doing. But like he said, he's making this his way today, and he's making it for him and his family, more than likely. So.
Gnarly.
Right, let's get that on a board. Now let's make the sauce. It's really, really simple. So use all those pan juices there.
No, Jamie. You don't use the pan juices. When you cook meat, if you use leftover meat juices to cook other things, that's very European cooking. Indian cooking like this, you make the gravy separately. This is not Indian. This is French.
Let's get...
Uncle Roger's saying it's more European style, using all the juices in the pan, and it is with a lot of things when you're making any stews or anything, or making like what they have here, carrilleras, which are beef cheeks. If you burn it, yeah, if you actually burn whatever you're searing in the pan, you don't want to use those same juices, because once you burn the pan, those flavors can be imparted into the sauce, into the dish, and you don't want that. It'll ruin the dish completely. And the moment that you see this, the easiest way is that if you see anything that's starting to turn a little black as you're sauteing like the chicken or onions or anything, or garlic as well, garlic burns very easily, the best way to avert this flavor is to throw it out to start over again, which at home is one thing. You don't want to throw food out. In the professional kitchen, well, you use it and, well, you lose your reputation.
The tomatoes and all the juices into the pan. And now in with 2 tablespoons of that cashew butter.
Cashew butter? What is cashew butter? Butter chicken, we just use cashew nut paste. Cashew butter sound like some organic grocery store whole food bullshit.
Put down pretty quickly and go ruby red. So
He has a nice little backyard, doesn't he?
I've got 500 mils, give or take, of boiling water.
Wait, no. Don't add water to your makni gravy. Hiya. You're gonna dilute the tomato taste. This is where Jamie go wrong. He tried to make butter chicken for whole family, but he didn't use enough tomato. So he used water to make the volume more, but you're gonna dilute.
Uncle Roger's right about this, yeah? You don't want to water this down. So this is a tomato-based sauce, or cream and tomato-based sauce, so it should have more tomato in it. And you only add water if you want to thin it out. So if it is, of course, like super dry, then you can add a little water, but adding half a liter of water, and it's going to make it watery, very watery.
Dilute it. This guy put water in egg fried rice, and now he put water in makni. Jamie, don't pour water in cooking. Not everything is pot noodle.
And turn into a lovely thick sauce. Just get a fork and just squash all those tomatoes and let that boil vigorously for a couple of minutes. I am going to put some chili in. The question is, how much? I think what I'm going to do is just go...
So little.
If you want to take the edge off the spice...
Wait, what he putting?
Spoons of mango chutney.
What?
Oh, no.
Mango? What?
He's
Put like
putting
2
chutney.
teaspoons of mango chutney.
All right, now chutney, yeah, goes on the side. And chutney's quite popular in the UK. Actually, Indian cuisine, Indian food is very popular in the UK because India used to be part of the British Empire at this time. A lot of the influence was obviously transferred to England. So whenever you go to England, you will see Indian restaurants literally everywhere. It doesn't have to be just in London. It can be all over the country. And obviously Jamie likes a lot of Asian cuisine, Asian food and Indian cooking. Now, chutney though, it's gonna make it, I know why you added it, because it's sweet, but you can add some sugar to it to sweeten it a little bit. You don't need to add chutney to it to sweeten it. Wow.
Mango chutney. He putting mango chutney into pan. This all over now. You make Uncle Roger put leg down from chair, and you make all our ancestors cry again. Hiya, mango
Chutney doesn't go in
chutney.
curry, huh?
Mango chutney is condiment. It's condiment. You don't cook it that like cooking ketchup. Hiya. First chili jam in egg fried rice, and now mango chutney in butter chicken.
Well, you know, you learn little by little. Yes, it's all about learning.
Put like 2 teaspoons of mango chutney.
What you doing, Jamie? Oh, does he know anything about Indian food? Don't just take random shit from cupboard and throw in food.
Now what we can do is get that chicken in there, and we want the chicken to be really juicy, right? And I want quite big chunks. I don't want like little wafy
Look a bit dry. See what I tell you?
bits. And then I'm going to put this in the sauce.
No, you want bite-sized pieces for
So-
butter chicken.
It does help. I mean, all right, so Jamie's cutting big pieces. If you're cooking chicken or chicken breast in a curry or anything like this, you do want to leave the pieces, say, a little bigger so they don't dry out as fast. But, a ver, it's like one of those things, yeah? It's already cooked. You can add this, if you're doing this, adding this like this at the end and everything, cut it a little smaller. It'll make it easier to cut. Or easy to eat, I should say. Not well, you don't have to cut it later, but you know what I mean.
If this is bite-sized, who you feeding this to? Crocodile? This is not bite-sized. Jamie, I know you talk a lot of shit, but your mouth not that big.
And let that chicken simmer. What I'm going to do now is just spoon.
No, wrong again. The last step here should be butter. You're making butter chicken. This step should be butter. Where your butter, Jamie? Where your butter?
Smooth like butter.
So,
Through the sauce.
like Uncle Roger saying, butter or ghee. Ghee is a very common ingredient in Indian cuisine, you know, and if you can't get ghee, then use clarified butter.
Just a little bit of coriander on the top, and that, my friends,
Coriander for
is going to be a
decoration.
beautiful curry. So look, I've got some rice here.
Rice with chickpeas.
I've put
What is
peas in.
chickpea? Hi, that not in chickpea Middle Eastern, James. Uncle Roger, phone drop. I don't even care anymore. This is too painful. This not Indian. This butter chicken have everything except butter and Indian.
And then just get it
You
in
get
there.
it in there.
Look at that. Big chunks of meat. Let's get amongst it. So, so good. That's good to go.
Good
Let's
to
feed the family.
If by good to go, you mean good to go in bin, then you correct.
Well,
So do you like it, River?
I love it.
Do you? Yeah. Yes!
Can you believe this guy got cookbook? For more Jamie Oliver madness, go check out Hiya Podcast because Uncle Roger reviewed Jamie Oliver cookbook. It's a vegetarian cookbook, so you know Uncle Roger gonna hate it already. Link in description. Uncle Roger reviewed Jamie Oliver so many times now, but he keep fucking up. So Uncle Roger gonna keep roasting him.
there are some little things that obviously he should have done a little differently. Then again, this was Jamie's own version of butter chicken, and if he likes it, he likes it. That's it. It's for him and his family. In any case, guys, if any of you are experts on Indian cuisine, or you cook a lot, let me know what you think about Jamie's Indian butter chicken in the comments down below. And if you did like the video, guys, then be sure to like, subscribe. And if you would like a culinary course, I did finish my cookery course not that long ago. So if you do join Patreon, you will get a copy of that as well. Have a great week. And if you'd like a delicious Spanish recipe or a French recipe, then you should click on this video here, and I'm sure you will enjoy it. Take care.